Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Sudani from Nigeria, which is directed by Zakaria Muhammad and it stars Sobin Shahir and Samuel Robinson in the lead. Oh my god, this movie was such a roller coaster of emotions. Why did you guys not warn me? First of all, I just have to say that the movie is so unique. And yeah, I know I say this in most of my Malayalam movie reviews, but I mean, how can I not? Because it is true. And the reason why I say that it's so unique is that it takes representation to another level. Because I don't think so I've seen any other Indian movie which puts such a character in the center of it. I've never seen a guy from Nigeria as one of the main characters in any of those movies. Most of the time, such characters are sort of sidelined and made into the other minor characters in the movie. And I think in a lot of other smaller ways, also the movie was really authentic and unique. For example, just there's a small part of an inspector, the sub inspector at the police station, who is really thin. Not really thin, but he's just thin, okay? And to me, it just struck as so different because I've never really seen a police officer shown in a movie who's not well built, who's not like hatta katta. So this was so like it took me back a little when I saw that because I was so not used to seeing it in movies. Secondly, talking about the police station, I think the movie was also super funny. It had little moments, and I think they did a really good job of weaving it together with the emotional parts because the emotional parts were so heartbreaking. But as soon as like the emotional parts went on, they like sort of broke it with the laughter, with the funny dialogues, or with the quirky music. Also, I feel like the movie moved really quick because of that and because of the editing and the directorial style of it. It gave just enough time for you to feel the emotion in a scene, and then it quickly moved on to something else. Third, let's talk about the acting. Sobin Shahir, oh my god, he's so good. And I think in this movie also there was more of like acting to give credit for because a lot of times there's a language barrier between the mothers, the neighbor, the friends, teammates, Sobin Shahir's character Majid and Samuel. And that's why, because of the language barrier, a lot of it is said with the acting and with the eyes and with the actions rather than words. I think everybody felt so natural and so part of the story. Now let's get a little bit more into the themes of the movie and what all it was exploring. First of all, I want to talk about the water scene where Samuel's just really worried about his sisters because his grandmother has passed away, so he sort of has this dream or sort of imagines in his head his sister walking back from filling water from a well, and she sort of faints or falls down, and then he gets really angry at somebody who's just cleaning their shoes from the water from the tap, and he gets really angry. He's like, why are you wasting water, why are you wasting water? I think that was such a simple but eye-opening scene, and I think it really puts a lot of things in perspective. We don't usually see India in that context ever. We always see it as a country that has a lot of problems. It's always described as a developing country, and we always see India like that. But when you see things like that from that perspective, it sort of puts things in more context of what all we already do have. We have basic things like having clean water, and it just, I don't know, at least to me, it fills me with so much more gratitude and makes me more grateful for what we already have. It just shifts your focus a lot from what you don't have and what all the problems to things that we have and what we should be appreciating. Next, let's talk about the airport scene where Samuel is leaving. He's at the airport. These people have come to drop him off, and literally there are no words exchanged in the scene. Just that both of them exchanging their jerseys, and I was bawling my eyes out. It was so emotional. It was so perfect. I think that sort of represents what the movie does really well because it takes something like football, a game, and all of these other sort of themes and problems that the movie is discussing, the different topics, and sort of uses it really well to make a really good story and make it entertaining, fun, and also talking about all of these important things, right? I think that scene sort of represented that really well because that is basically their very human emotions, the love for the game, the sort of love for each other, the bond that they have developed without even speaking each other's languages. After that is also the ending scene, the last shot where Majid gets his stepdad home, and I think again that is a really good way to bring the whole movie full circle, because that's one of the first few things that we see in the movie's introduction. Him, not even wanting to face his stepdad and having this sort of differences with his mom and stepdad. A lot of times when people are looking at movies, a lot of importance is given to the opening shot, but I want to give importance here to the last shot, because I thought that was brilliant. This shot of Majid and then the painting of that Samuel has done on their house wall, and I think it was a great way to end it. I think it also sort of represented how they affected each other's life. Like Majid did so much for Samuel and to get him back when he was not well, taking care of him, money, expenses, handling all of that, then finally sending him back to Nigeria. But then there's this last shot with him bringing back his stepdad, and then the painting sort of showing that Samuel also changed Majid in a lot of ways and sort of brought out a lot of emotions that were there in Majid. So both of them, while they formed this bond, also affected each other's lives. All of that brings me to the direction. I think the fact that all of that worked so well, so smoothly, and it really stood out was because of the director and sort of his vision. Otherwise, I think the movie also touches on Indian hospitality, mothers, refugee problems, the laws that sort of don't protect them, and sort of struggles that go on in that space. I think the movie touched on a lot of these different things. So yeah, that was my review of Sudani from Nigeria. I know this has been on my to be watched list for a long time, but things kept pushing it back and back and back. But I finally watched it, and it was a great recommendation. Also, the movie made me terrified about where my passport is, because I suddenly panicked. I was like, where is my passport? I don't know if this happens to other people, but suddenly in the middle of the day you would be like, where is my passport? And it's terrifying for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, if you enjoyed watching this review, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such reviews, and I shall see you next time.